Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the coordinate plane, which is relatively new to you. And we've messed around with graphs before, but we're going to be expanding our knowledge on that. So a coordinate plane is formed by two number lines that intersect at a right angle, and the point of the intersection is 0. So here you have the y-axis, and then you have the x-axis, and they're just a number line. And right here is the starting position, okay, of 0, 0. So I use the word axis, which is the number line's called, and the horizontal, which is the horizon, the one go from left to right, is called the x-axis, and the vertical axis, which is up and down, is the y-axis. As I just said, the point of intersection, where is the starting position, is called the origin. This is where 0, 0 is. So the two axes are divided up into quadrants. So you have quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I was taught this would create a C for quadrant. And so it went in this order. So you went from 1, 2, 3, 4. An ordered pair is a pair of numbers that gives you locations. And we've actually been messing around with ordered pairs before, but you've only been in quadrant 1. So now we're going to be expanding into negative numbers. So that's what we're going to be exploring today. So it says, identify the coordinates of each point and name the quadrant which each point belongs. So B is right there. And so you're going to look at the X. So you're going to look at this number for the X. So you're going to draw your parentheses. This will be a 2. And then you're going to look at the Y, which is this number, which is 3. And the reason why I know it's 3 is because it goes 2 blank 4. So this is 3. So my coordinate for B is 2, 3. And then remember our backwards C. So this is quadrant 1. And the way you do it for quadrant 1 is you just put an I like this. And then this will be quadrant 2. And you put 2 I's. And then 3. And then 4. You put an I and then a V. And that's actually Roman numerals. And the reason why you do that is that way you don't get them mixed up with the number line. The numbers on the number line. All right, so A is down here. So A, you have to find X first, which is right here. And that's -1. So we put our parentheses, -1. And we're going to find our Y, which is right here. And that's going down from 0. So that's a -5. And this is in quadrant 3. All right, so now you take a second and pause the video and do 4 and 5. So 4, we're going to find G. So, which is 4, -4. And then this is in quadrant 4. E is -2, +4, and that's in quadrant 2. F is 3, +2, and that's in quadrant 1. And H is -1, -3. Sorry, y'all, I don't know what's up with my board. And then that's in quadrant 3. All right, so now we're going to be graphing and labeling these points. So we're going to graph -5, 2. So down here, you're going to go this way to -5, and then you're going to go up to 2. And when you get there, you're going to put a dot, if I could, and then you put an A there. And then you do the same thing for B. So you find 3, go up to 1, and 0.5, put a B, and then C is 0. So on X, you don't go anywhere. You just stay at 0, and you go down to -3 for C. All right, so now try 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6 is -4, +2. And you're going to put a P. And then 7 is 3, 2, and then 2.5. So you're going to go find 3 and go up to 2.5. And that's Q. R is -4.5. And then -5. S is 4, -5. And then T is -2.5, 0. Okay, so now we're going to read the scales on axes. So what it means is that sometimes the number lines are not going up by ones. Instead, the axes are not going up by ones, but instead they can go up by 10s, 20s, 5s, and so on. So here it says the graph shows the location of a city. It also shows the location of Gary's and Jen's house. The scale of each axis represents miles. So each square is 5. So like if I went from here to here, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So each little jump, each square represents 5 miles. So describe the location of Jen's house relatively to Gary's house. So basically they're trying to figure out the distance between here. So we're going to count the squares. So we're going to we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then so that's 6 squares, and each of them represents 5 miles. So that's 30. So Gary and Jen's house are 30 miles away. So Ted lives 20 miles south and 20 miles west of the city represented on the graph in example 3. So we're going to go back to go down to 20 miles south and 20 miles west. So 20 miles south, and then west is to the left. So right here is Ted's house. His brother Ned lives 50 miles north of Ted's house. So we're going to go up 50 miles. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then that guy's name was his brother Ned, Ted and Ned. So it would be 10 squares north of Ted's house because 10 times 5 is 50. So the coordinate of Ned's will be negative 20, positive 30. Positive 30. All right, and that is the coordinate plane. Thanks, guys.